What's up? What's up? What's poppin'? Hey, yo, it's Nate Dogg, 916, coming at you live from Sacramento. Hey, man, y'all know what to do. Hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification bell if you want to keep catching my content. Hey, man, y'all know what it is, man. I appreciate everybody that watches my videos, everybody hits the like button, share button, follow button, hit the little bell so you get the notifications when I post a video. And like I said before, share it. If you hear something you like, share it with somebody that you think can use it, man. If not, skip to the next one. But I appreciate everybody. And all my new subscribers, man, welcome to the kennel. Welcome to the kennel. Today, I'm talking about choices, right? I'm going to talk about choices, right? Understand that everything in the hood, in life, in everything, period, is a choice. A lot of people like to fall back on the statement, I have no choice, or I had no choice in that situation, or this situation, or life, period, right? Like, for instance, you get to hear people from that grew up in the hood, in the urban areas in America, like to say, I went to drug dealing and gangbanging because I had no choice. That's not true. We always have a choice. We always have a choice on what we're going to do with our lives, right? I made a personal choice to go out into the streets at a young age, my preteens and early teens, to go out to the streets. Did I justify that with the fact that we was broke and that I wanted to help provide for my siblings? Yeah, I justified it with that. But at that point in time, I wasn't homeless. There was food in the home, but I just felt like it would be easier if I went out and I helped, And I set myself on a course that was a crash course to collide with the prison walls, right? But I still made a personal choice to go do that. And a lot of us that go to gangbanging, a lot of us, I don't know, what I mean. Some people try to say that they go to gangbanging because they have no family, and the gang is the closest thing to a family, so they're searching for that family connection, right? That wasn't my reason. My reasoning for going to the gang was I loved my neighborhood. I repped my neighborhood. I didn't want any outsiders or anybody that planned to do any harm to my neighborhood, Del Paso Heights, to be able to do it without any kind of repercussions. And I wanted everywhere I go, everywhere I went, I wanted people to know, oh yeah, that's Nate from the Heights. That's young Nate from the Heights. And then when I got older, it was, oh yeah, that's Nate Dogg from the Heights. When I was young, it was just young Nate. They didn't start calling me Nate Dogg till I was in prison. But all before that, it was just young Nate. Young Nate from the Heights. The tall, light-skinned cat from the Heights. That's it. It was only a few of us that was actually known from the hood that was light-skinned back in the days, like in the 80s. But, and shoot, honestly, I think I might be one of the only ones left from my generation that's breathing. You know what I mean? May they rest. There's a couple more, like the homie Jay, my rally. But the point of that was I chose to start repping my neighborhood because I was repping my neighborhood. I had family. I have a big family. So it wasn't like I was looking for a family when I went to the streets. I was looking to represent my neighborhood, to protect my neighborhood. Now, was it misguided? Maybe. But you couldn't have told 15, 14, 13-year-old me that. You couldn't have told me at 14 that it was okay for this guy from wherever he was from that wasn't Del Paso Heights, that it was okay for him to come in this neighborhood and get money and have relationships with females. And nah, if you're not from out here, what you doing out here? Go back to your neighborhood and do that. Go back to your city and do that. And most of my crimes against other people were against people from other cities or other neighborhoods. I don't have any crimes against people from my neighborhood. I don't have any violence other than regular fade type stuff that we did growing up anyway. go in the back and run it type stuff. And I'm not talking about put on, because I was not put on to my neighborhood. You know what I mean? I grew up in my neighborhood. Back in my days, we didn't put people on. You was either from here or you wasn't. You couldn't come from nowhere else and get put on our neighborhood. I mean, I don't know what they doing now, but I'm pretty sure you got to still be from my neighborhood to be from my neighborhood. If you're not from there, you're not from there. You know what I mean? If you from somewhere else, that's where you from, bruh. Represent that stuff. But it was always a choice. Nobody made me do it. And when I went to prison, I just kept the line going. So when people say, oh, when you go to prison, you got no choice but to gangbang. That's not true. And that's not true for anyone. That is not true for anyone of any race in the prison system. When I was there, you didn't have to come in and be a gang member. You didn't have to come in and be a part of a political situation. That wasn't mandatory. It wasn't that or die. Come on. And a lot of people would like to put it out there that you had to. Nah. Will people try to recruit you? Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially if you're a rider. If you're a rider, people are definitely going to try to recruit you. But it was never a mandatory thing. I've seen people of every race rock non-affiliate, rock Christian, rock Muslim, of every race. I've seen people of certain races even rock Native American, and they're not Native American. I've seen them rock that and roll with the Native Americans and be over there in the sweat lodge. I mean, so for people to say, I've seen people, Mexicans from Los Angeles over there. I've seen Mexicans from Northern California over there. We're not gang members. We're not affiliates. So a lot of people like to put forth that energy that anybody who goes to prison has to be a part of an organization or a gang. Choice to stand on what you believe in or rock with them. If you scary and you don't feel like, not necessarily scary, but you don't feel like you can make it through your prison term without getting involved in one of these organizations, so be it. You know, me personally, since I was part of a group, a disruptive group, as they would want to call it, I wouldn't want you to come represent what I'm representing if you wasn't full-fledged. You know, don't just come and rock with us for protection, because if something pop off, I already know in my brain, you not going to be stomped down. You didn't care. You don't care about this like I cared about this. Like, just because I no longer gangbang, I still love my city. I will never stop loving my city. I'm from Sacramento, California, man. I'm going to always be from Sacramento, California. And I love my city. I spent all of my years here except for my birth. And I've told this story before. I was not born here, but I did come here when I was 1.5, almost 2 years old. I was born in San Francisco. Oh, how were you born in San Francisco, Nate, and ended up being from Sacramento? My mom ran away from home from Sacramento because she didn't want to rock with the rules that was going on here at her parents' house. She ran away, got pregnant in San Francisco, had me, stayed for a while. That relationship failed. She came home to Sacramento. I was 1.5, almost 2. Barely 2 years. I wasn't even 2 years old yet. We came back home. So yeah, my birth certificate says San Francisco, but I don't know nothing but Sacramento. I don't know nothing. I've had no schooling. I've had no scraps. I had no squabbles. I had no representing. I've never represented anything other and never been from nowhere else but Sacramento. It's in my DNA, man. 5 generations, well now 7 generations born in Sacramento. Me and my sister were the only ones, me, my brother and sister were the only ones that weren't born in Sacramento in our line. Everybody else was born in Sacramento. Even my little sister. But when I say that it's about choice, it's still about choice. It's always about choice. Nobody can make you do nothing you don't want to do in life. If you choose to sit around and not do nothing with your life, cool. But the streets is not the only choice. You can choose to get up and go get a job. You 13, 14, back in the days in my age group, you could have chose to go get a paper route. You could have chose to go mow people's lawns. You could have chose to do something to make money. I could have made a different choice. I made the choice I made, and I stood on it, and I stand on it. I'm not ashamed or remorseful for anything I've done in my life. I stand on it, I own it. But it's about choices. And between every action and reaction, I've said this before, is choice. It's a space. And in that space, there's choice. So like I said, between every action and reaction, there's a space. And in that space, there's choice. So you have a choice on how you're going to react to whatever action may come. If I don't have the Jordans I want as a kid, that's the action. The reaction would be me going to get them. That space is how I decide to go get them. And that space is choice. So remember, you got a choice for whatever you do, man. Don't listen to these cats on YouTube. Don't listen to these ex-convicts that still want to be convicts when they probably didn't even really do no real time. They probably did time on a bunny camp or some dorm living stuff where their life was never really in danger, where they didn't have to really do no real time. And those who have done real time, you know what I'm talking about when I say real time, some politic time. Don't listen to those people, man. Don't listen to those people. Listen. I'm requesting that you don't, but you can listen to whoever you want. I'm going to just tell you the truth. Hey, do whatever you want, man, but stay loyal.